Okay, so few days back, I think last weekend, last Saturday, right? There was a demo session. Few of you attended. I mostly talked about the course curriculum and I have answered many of your queries. This is a new batch which is going to start from this weekend, like from today onwards. It is today and tomorrow it will be demo session, and from next weekend onwards the new batch will start. But before we start the new batch, I just want to make sure you all understand what is the like curriculum is all about, and what, like, any question if you have you can ask. And like you should also know ki what is the job role, what kind of positions you can apply for after taking this course. So all of these questions will be answered right in today's call. So before we jump, I just want to quickly introduce myself. I will be the course instructor. If you have attended the last demo session, this is basically very different. What we have on, like today, I will be making sure you understand the jargons, like what is AI, what is machine learning, what is deep learning, what is generative AI, right? And how it is going to impact the job market, what is the use cases of Gen AI in different sectors. And let's say you are working in software engineering domain, and now your company is asking you for taking training Gen AI, or you are planning to apply for Gen AI roles. Is it possible to apply for Gen AI roles after having X amount of experience in other domains? So all of this kind of things, basically we're going to discuss, right, in today's session. Before we start, quickly, let me introduce. I am Sasmitha. I'm currently working as a principal data scientist in one of the leading Fortune 500 company. And I have around 13 years of experience, right? So I work with different organizations, investment banks, healthcare, manufacturing, finance, right? And I, teaching wise, I'm into this for last 8 years, almost 10,000 plus students I have taught across globe. My expert areas are like machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and generative AI, right? And I have completed my master's in 2016 from Triple IT in computer science. After my master's, I switched my career, right, from software engineering to data science. And in data science, I have around 9 years of experience, altogether 12 years. You can find my profile in LinkedIn. Just search for data science Sasmitha. You will get my details, right? Coming back to the curriculum, I think last class already I have discussed, but this class I'll show you the curriculum also. Before I jump into the curriculum, I just want to give some brief knowledge about what is generative AI and everything. I don't want to waste people, like all of your time. If you already know about this concept, I think you can drop after knowing the course content and other details that you're looking for. So I think the best thing would be to show you the curriculum first and tell you about the course, and then we will discuss about other topic. Before I jump, let me quickly show you the curriculum. I think last class I have summarized it. The curriculum I'm going to change. This is my previous batch curriculum. What I'm going to change? Mostly the cloud platform. It will be Azure, right? And many other things. I'm going to add some more topics like MCP server and more agentic frameworks. Like you can see the updated syllabus in tomorrow's class, but 80-90% it will be similar to what you are looking now, right? So project we will discuss in the second phase, but to start with the first, it is a very beginner. Anyone who wants to come into Gen AI field, this course is for them. I'm not expecting any background because I'm going to teach everything from scratch. What is the prerequisite? Like before you join this course, what I'm expecting from you to know is Python. So if you're from non-technical background and if you don't have any Python knowledge, my request is please complete the Python as soon as possible. You can take my recordings from previous batch, or you can take Durga sir's recording, which is very in detail. You can go to YouTube, but please Python you should complete. Python in the sense what Python is very vast, right? So I'm just requesting you to complete the core Python part. So what is the core Python? Core Python topics are like, and nowadays I'm going to change my company. I will be joining mostly on July as an associate director of one of the leading healthcare company. So I was going through a lot of interviews in last couple of days. And based on my experience, what I have observed is the pattern of interview is changed. Nowadays, every interview, first round itself is coding test. Does not matter for what role you're applying. Starting from fresher level to my level, like very senior level, every position is mostly IC. There are very less team management, only team management related roles. And every position you have to go through the coding test. And what I have observed in those coding tests, the coding test is not at all difficult. If you have basic Python knowledge, like you know the core Python concepts, like let's say data structure, in the sense, let's say list and then tuple, and like string and then dictionary, right? And then set. These all are the data structures. And if you have good knowledge on basically pandas, that is data frame, I'll write data frame. And then you have knowledge on NumPy, that is arrays, right? So if you are good with all of these concepts, and like traditional Python, like how to write a function in Python, and then what is like if else for loops, all the loops, and then exception handling, while loop, for loop, if else, all the loops, and then exception handling and class and object concept. Because when you build AI application, it will be modular way, right? So you should know at least how to write a class and what is a library, what is a package in Python. So these topics, library, package, and then your exception handling. So these are the topics that I'm expecting you to know, because like, okay, you understand generative AI, but the final goal is to build application, right? Application is nothing but a software. Like any Python application, if the backend is Python, front end can be anything. But if the backend is Python, you have to write in a very production level way, and which involves like class, object, library, package, exception handling, and everything. Now in real time, no one is coding. Everyone is using AI tools to code. But having said that, to crack interviews, you need to have Python knowledge and also to understand this codes. So this is something which you can quickly like learn by yourself. If you spend some 2-3 weeks of time or 2 weeks, every day, if you give 1 hour, 2 hour, easily you can cover all of these topics. I'm also planning to create a YouTube series very quickly. Many students are requesting, I'm not getting time, but I'm planning to complete in 1 or 2 weeks. Within that, a complete Python series covering all of these topics, right? So you can go through this. This is the prerequisite. Once you are done with this, I'm not expecting anything from you to know, because all other topics I will be covering in the course. The course starts from software installation from day one, right? So I'll explain you how to install Python and all the IDs. We'll be using Jupyter and VS Code. Again, there are certain libraries like PyTorch, TensorFlow, which requires environment variable. You should have a good understanding on virtual environment, everything. Plus, if you are planning to use open source LLMs in later in this course, then you have to know how to enable your GPU. So you need to write CUDA programming for that. GPU should be enabled. If you are using Mac system, I will tell you the solution. But this again has to be installed. So there is something called CUDA toolkit. I will explain about CUDA toolkit and how to install it. So this is all about software installation, which is the basically first class. And people who are very like VS Code kind of framework they are using, and Jupyter Notebook is very new. No worries, I will be sharing with you Jupyter Notebook tutorial series from my previous batch, which you can watch and know more about Jupyter Notebook. So I'm not going to teach you IDE, but I will tell you how to install it. If you want to know more about IDEs, I think it's a very common topic. You can just go through my recording and see how to use Jupyter Notebook and VS Code. Okay, now you know, all of you know there are so many things trending right now. Something is called MCP, right? Model Context Protocol. Something is also like Cursor, Windsurf, and all of these AI tools. That also I'll give you a quick tutorial, which is not included here in the syllabus, but that will be a webinar. Many of my old students, I want them also to join. So it will be a webinar. I'm planning next Sunday, 10 a.m. I'll share link with everyone. Right? Or maybe DURGASOFT can share link with everyone, whoever has joined. That will be a free webinar for everyone. It is all about vibe coding and Cursor and MCP server, right? So that is again a part of installation. It's very, very easy, but it will enhance your productivity 10x or 100x, right? Because very fast the LLM can write code for you, an up-to-date code. So we'll discuss about that later. So this is all about installation. So your system is ready, your GPU is enabled. If you don't have GPU, don't worry, there are Google Colab where you will get GPU free of cost, and there are so many other options. You no need to buy any new laptop, absolutely not needed, right? With your 8 GB laptop also, you can download simple models and run it because the whole objective is knowing the concept. Model, like loading model, just changing the name, right? The syntax will be same. So if you get good resource tomorrow by your company, so you can easily write code, just the name of the model you can change. So what is important is knowing the concepts, right? We really don't need a hi-fi, like you're not going to create your own startup, right? So it's just learning for your knowledge and to crack interviews. I think for that, you don't really need heavy computing system. But again, if your goal is to build some LLM application and sell it, or you are going on that entrepreneurship journey, or are very serious about coming into Gen AI, or like you have a lot of ideas, AI product you want to build, my suggestion is definitely you should have a good computer. Otherwise, you will be bankrupt going with this cloud service providers, right? For corporates, it's fine, but for individuals, I think it's not possible. You can host it when it is finalized, but for testing, it is very good if you have a local system. That also we will discuss in detail in the class. So once the module 1 and module 2 is done, actually from module 3 onwards, the real syllabus will start. And I think module 3 is very similar to what I will tell you today. So it's just an introductory class. I just don't want to be directly jumping into generative AI without knowing the background. So you will understand what are the types of machine learning problems that you can solve, right? What is reinforcement learning? What is supervised? What is unsupervised? You will understand what is AI, what is deep learning, what is ML, and where exactly generative AI fits. What is the application and what kind of problems you can solve industry-wise using Gen AI. What is a foundation model, and what is ethical AI or responsible AI. Before even you start building applications, it is very important to know the laws. We cannot like, it's very dangerous if you just leak any confidential data or anything. So you should know responsible AI before even you start building. It's a part of cybersecurity. When you join a company, your company will mandate data protection laws training for everyone, right? So it is very important to know the data protection, data governance, prompt hacking or prompt injection. This responsible AI is also very important. So this is what will be the first module. Once you know that, we will start from scratch. So the background is you all are using ChatGPT. Behind ChatGPT, GPT stands for generative. G is for generative. P is for pre-trained. T stands for transformer. Generative pre-trained transformer. So what is transformer? Transformer is a deep learning encoder decoder based model or algorithm, right? And using like lot of petabytes of data, like OpenAI and other like whoever is using transformer based model, they have trained those algorithms on the data. So it is pre-trained. Pre-trained in the sense already the training has been done. And what it can do is, because it has intelligence, because it has already been trained, now whatever you want, it can generate, right? Anything like mostly text or image, whatever you're asking, based on that, it can generate. So generative, so whole objective is generation. You think what GPT is doing, it cannot basically do any other task except generation. It can generate text, it can generate image, but again, generative, meaning the whole objective of GPT is generative. Pre-trained transformer, right? So we will first understand what is a transformer. Like then only we can build it, right? So before we start building, we should know what is the architecture behind GPT. So transformer also, it's a very hi-fi topic. Before even transformer, we should know what is ANN. So this is the building block for neural networks. We will understand what is ANN, and then we will discuss what is CNN, and then we will move to transformer. When we will discuss ANN, it is very, very in-depth, all the maths plus one project for every algorithm, right? For ANN, end to end, when I say project, we will data cleaning, data model building, and then model validation. You will understand how the model is tested, what is hyperparameter tuning, how to get your best model. So entire process you will understand. What do you mean by model training? So you are already using pre-train, but you should know first what is training, right? So you will build model from scratch using TensorFlow. Here the package will be TensorFlow or Keras. Here the package will be maybe Keras or anything like maybe PyTorch. But using these libraries, understanding the math, you will build your first project here, and the second project, which is an image-based project. This will be text-based and this will be image-based. So you are very thorough about theory and coding both. After this, the third module will be transformer. So transformer, once you understand, any GenAI interview you can clear. Definitely 1 or 2 questions will be from transformer. What is attention? Lot of questions they may ask. And this is the most difficult part. And if you think like it, I'm just like that telling, today you do this exercise, you go to YouTube and search for transformer videos and try to understand. And you will find like very few YouTube videos are actually so simple that you can understand. Meaning 99% of the videos you will not able to understand. And it is not the YouTube your problem. It is basically the algorithm. It's so complex. So many layers are there. It is very difficult to understand, right? But again, it is not like impossible. So I will try to make it super simple. Every block I will divide into smaller chunks and I will explain you individual component, and then we will combine all the components. So once you are very thorough on the transformer architecture, you can really understand why ChatGPT is behaving in that way. Like what is the logic behind ChatGPT? And tomorrow, if you want to build your model like ChatGPT from scratch, it might not be a very huge model. It might be a small language model, but you can build any model you want to build using transformer. You can build because you already know the architecture, right? It's just like PyTorch and TensorFlow, any kind of library you can use to build any LLM from scratch. Not LLM, I think you might not able to build because it needs a lot of resource, computing and all, but small language model you can build. Okay, so now once we complete this theory part of deep learning, which is the background, we will also discuss NLP. Why NLP? So the input to LLM that we are giving is text, and text has certain theory that we need to understand, like what is chunking, what is tokenization, what is word embedding, like what is top word removal, what is what to vec model, what is TF-IDF, all of these things, what is stemming, what is lemmatization, all of these things related to NLP we will discuss. So till module 7, everything is prerequisite. We have actually not started anything related to GenAI. It's all deep learning, natural language processing, installation, Python, all of these things we are revising. But once this is completed, then we will start from generative AI from module 8. And from module 8, when you start, the first framework that we will learn is something called LangChain. Why LangChain? LangChain is all in one. Everything, whatever application you want to build, I think LangChain has several components, and using those components, you can build. I am not going to read line by line. I think you can go through it, but the whole objective is there are several modules on LangChain where I will teach you LangChain models, chunking, loaders, memory, tools, agents, many things, right? Which is present inside LangChain. Now, also one more topic you will understand in this course is something called prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, what is few shot, what is zero shot, what is guardrail related prompt injection, how to avoid, chain of thought, react, all of this prompting we will discuss. And then there is another topic called RAG. RAG is retrieval augmented generation. It's very important. 80-90% of the GenAI application today are RAG based. What is RAG and the complete architecture? And we will also, it is a complete hands-on project. 2-3 different versions of RAG we will build. First is a simpler one, and then a multimodal one, and then basically a graph based. So we will build 2-3 different varieties of RAG, and we'll try to reduce the hallucination by adding more and more complexity to it. Okay, once you have understood about RAG, next topic will be memory. because memory is also very important. So how to provide memory to your LLM, that we will discuss. Finally, we will go with the open source framework like Hugging Face. And Hugging Face itself is a huge thing, like 15 lakh models are available which are open source and hosted on Hugging Face. 2 lakh plus data sets are available. So we need to discuss how to use this open source framework end to end completely. I'll show you 15-20 hands-on project. Looks very huge number, but honestly, it's just 10-15 lines of code. Because we are not doing anything. In Gen AI, we have already models. We are just loading it and using it. So building application is very simple, right? Then what we are going to do is, the last topic for this course is, once you understood LangChain and RAG prompt engineering, right? LangChain and then RAG and then prompt engineering. And then you have this Hugging Face. And then finally, we will discuss about agents, which is the trending topic right now. So what is an agent? What is the difference? How to create multi-agentic framework? That also we will discuss. And the final topic is cloud integration. Why cloud integration? Ultimately, whatever you are doing, whether open source or paid source, you have to host your application somewhere. Then only somebody can use it. So when you're hosting your LLM application, it's very different than any other software. There are so many layers of security, so many layers of privacy. You're sharing your company data and you're like lot many important information, right? So how to basically use Azure framework for this cloud integration, we will discuss. Azure OpenAI integration, Azure Cosmos DB, SQL, how to store your data, everything we will discuss. So that is the whole curriculum. And the last topic is fine tuning, right? So last topic is after agents, fine tuning. What we will do, this is Google, but let me see if it can be Hugging Face, because what I have observed is Google is paid one and many people, they are not very sure, like, because it needs a credit card, right? It is not that costly, it's very cheaper, but again, it needs your credit card details and you have to pay at least some amount. So I'm going to make it completely open source. This fine tuning you will do, but using Hugging Face. So this I'm going to change. So Hugging Face fine tuning with completely free models, using your own laptop. Like I just don't want hi-fi also, like 8 GB, 16 GB is fine, completely free. And we are going to use LoRa technique to fine tune. I think that is something which is not there, but I will include. So the last topic is fine tuning. So almost everything. So the journey of generative AI starts with like understanding deep learning and then understanding NLP and then understanding Python, right? Python is first, sorry, right? Python is first. And then understanding your framework like LangChain and then Crew AI or AutoGen or any of the agentic framework, understanding Hugging Face, right? Understanding RAG, understanding prompt engineering, and then understanding open source, all of open source, and then understanding deployment on cloud. Responsible AI is also very important. Cybersecurity, how to protect your data, protect your everything, right? Model, right? Some people can also steal your fine-tuned model. So how to save everything? So responsible AI. And then finally, the last solution is fine-tuning, right? So this is something which we will discuss in this entire course. So this is a self, and people might ask me, do I really need to learn machine learning and all? I'm planning to start another batch for a traditional ML and deep learning. Because the hype is around generative AI, many people stopped learning ML and deep learning basics. But let me tell you my own interview experience. When you're applying for generative AI, even though you are not using traditional ML and deep learning, still you have to answer questions from ML and deep learning side. They will first check your foundation knowledge or fundamentally how you are strong. Then only they will last stage they will ask you Gen AI questions, not from starting, right? So there are very few companies who are only focusing on Gen AI questions, but 80-90% of the companies, they are also asking other basics of ML and deep learning. So for that, I'm starting another batch of ML ops. I may start, but otherwise, if I'm not starting, I'll share the YouTube videos for everyone, or maybe a course, Udemy somewhere. But you will find some resource regarding this. I have also previous batch recording if somebody wants to know. But this is something which is missing, like the ML part. And I'm not saying it is not important, but the track is different. this GenAI is different. GenAI is mostly dependent on deep learning. There is no relation of GenAI and machine learning. But AI has relationship, right? If you're applying for any AI role, this is also important. ML is also important. Deep learning is also important. So this makes your profile very dynamic, right? You know everything. So that's why if you want to learn machine learning, contact me. I can share you my previous batch recording, or you can just enroll for the next batch, which I'm not sure whether I will start it or not. But even if I'm starting, you will get notification. But I think, or you can learn by yourself. But please learn some basics on ML to crack interviews. So this is the whole planning. And there are so many projects. Please go through the projects to know more. I'm not going like line by line, but this is the overall syllabus summary. Here and there, it is almost 99% same, 90% same with some differences. And the syllabus will keep changing. The good thing is the syllabus will keep changing, and whenever I'm changing the syllabus, or maybe randomly you can just ping me. We will have a WhatsApp group, and just ping me and I will add you to the recent folder, right? And one more announcement, we are not allowing any student to repeat in the next batch, which we used to allow. And I'll tell you why. In every batch, it is going like 2025, and it's really difficult for us to kind of see. I have to attend many students, and I want to give chance to the new students to ask their doubts, because this is the first time that they are learning, right? And what I have observed is many students from the previous batch, they're discontinuing and again requesting. And my time is getting divided, right? And I want to give my 100% to the new enrollment. Having said that, if you want to know or to get the recordings, you will get, but live class, I will not allow. Please try to complete, like, if it is a very urgent emergency medical situation, then that's a different case. But otherwise, try to complete the syllabus in your batch. And the WhatsApp group will be always there. Anytime, any help you need, always try to reach out to me. Definitely, I'll try to do my best. And you can always get fresh recordings from new batch. So in that way, you are up to date, right? So in that way, it's a lifetime. Okay, any question, any doubt? Any question?
Hello.
Do you have any query in the syllabus? Please go, please unmute and speak. Yeah,
Hello,
Shuhil.
sir. Yeah, Sasmitha. Actually, just have a few
Yeah, anyone
doubts.
can go.
Okay,
Yeah.
for the Python. Okay, so you are going to teach us some basic, or we have to learn it before the actual session starts?
Any
Because I
question,
am
any
from
doubt
a.
on the syllabus, anything that you want to ask?
Hello, can you hear me?
We're all good. Great. Suhail, you're saying something. I'm not able to listen to you. Your voice is not audible.
Hello. Now is it okay?
Can anybody hear Suhail? Others, can you hear him? Is there any problem
Hello.
from my side?
Yeah, we are able to hear him.
I think there is some problem from my side. My mic is not working. No, it's working. Okay, I think I'm not able to hear you. Maybe it is my problem, my side problem. But yeah, I think I'm not sure. Maybe it's because it's a webinar. Maybe you cannot speak, or maybe you all have muted. I don't know, but I'm not able to hear you.
Okay, is it okay now? Because other peoples can hear me.
Now I
Only I
can
think
hear
it's.
you. Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, okay.
I
So
don't know
my
what happened.
small question is, yeah, just small question related to Python. So do we need to learn all those topic, or you will go through just quick go through will be there for those topics?
Python is completely out of this syllabus, and I'm not going to spend any time on Python because um, I have, see, I honestly speaking, I have taught Python for almost 7 years, and I am really bored teaching Python again. I cannot do that. But having said that, definitely I can share my previous batch recordings with you if you want to learn core Python and advanced Python like pandas, and that is complimentary for everyone. all of these topics like list, tuple, set, dictionary, and then while, for, function, pandas recording and numpy recording. This is complementary to everyone. Please go through that and take your time. It's a weekend batch, so like you are getting almost 5 to 7 days in between, and the batch is not going to start in this week, right? At least you have some 5 to 8 days, 8 to 10 days of time. So I think if you just consider next weekend as installation, so you have almost 15 days of time. So please complete the Python within that. And if you're not ready, please come in the next batch. If you think like you need some time to practice Python, my suggestion is without knowing Python, I think you will blame me later. See, the problem is you understand GenAI fine, but ultimate goal is building application. So when you're building application, there will be front end, there will be back end, and definitely back end will be in Python. And it is not like one single script you will write. When it is a production level code, you need to write a lot of things. So you should have a good understanding. Even though you are not writing code, and Cursor and Windsurf or ChatGPT or Claude or any other tool you can use to write code, but I don't believe in that approach. That will just speed your writing skill. But if you don't know, means you don't know, right? You cannot just rely on AI tools to build production level apps. You should know first. And for example, take my profile, or take a profile who is a web developer. They have done web development for last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. They're so expert. If they just scan the code, they can understand every single word of it. AI is for
Yeah.
them, right? Those kind of
Yeah,
people, they can use AI to write code.
I
And
I am a software developer in .NET actually from last 8 years. So Python is something new for me. I am not familiar with Python. So that's why I'm little worried that what are the topics I have to just recorrect.
great.
So I know the codings, everything, but this is Python
Yeah.
something is different.
If you are from .NET background or any programming background, if you are not a non-technical person, 100% you can like understand Python within 2 weeks. It's the most easiest language. See, there also function, here also function. There also if else, here also if else. Only thing is the syntax will be slightly different. And in that case, you can use any tool to write your code, because if you know the concept, Python is object oriented. So you have to understand class, object, those concepts, and then basic Python like list, tuple, set, dictionary. So it looks very difficult when you see this like syllabus and all, but honestly, Python is the most easiest language. If you have worked on any other language, Python will be very easy to learn. Maybe within 2 weeks, you should be in a position to understand any Python code, right? I'm not asking you to learn very high level like decorator, generator. No, those are not necessary. Just core Python, and I have written down the subjects. Only that much you need to complete, right? If you want, I can also share exact topic names, what you should focus, and I can provide you my recordings. That is very fast and to the point. So within 10 hours, you will learn the complete Python with complete in detail knowledge, right? Whatever is required. So that much I can help you. But Python is something which is basically you should know, right?
No problem. If you can share, then that would be great. We can I can learn.
Definitely. I will share my Python recordings with everyone. In the folder, I will upload, and please go through it. It's very fast and to the point. Easily, if you spend every day 30 minutes also, within 2 weeks, you can complete. Okay.
Hey, Sasmitha, can I ask? I have two questions. Can I go?
Sure. Yeah.
Quick background on me. I sort of work as a data engineer. So I have background in Python. I understand this. When I say understand, I have a fair beginner level of understanding on machine learning models and things like that. So my specific first question is coming to TensorFlow. So while coming to TensorFlow, if we say ANN, therein it goes there needs to be some sort of linear algebra knowledge, like regarding how's the matrix, how things are being multiplied, how's the feed forward and feed backward. would there be help on picking up TensorFlow till you get a good grasp or sort of hands-on experience on deep learning? The second question is on transformers. So I have tried to work on transformer architecture model, tokenization, then is feed forward, feed backward, encoder, decoder, and all of that. And honestly, it's been a bit difficult. After a point, you don't understand what's happening in the backward propagation, how's the gradient working, and all of that. So I would like to know what's your take on this? Like, how are you going to teach that in the course? So these are my two specific questions. Over to you for the answer.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think it is, thank you for asking this because I think this is a common doubt for many. So yes, deep learning is just the name is deep learning, but behind the scene it is full maths, right? So any algorithm you talk about, either it is ML or deep learning, it is full of math, right? I mean, Python is just a wrapper, but behind the scene, transformer, ANN, CNN, machine learning, everything is math. And that's why I told you the theory is complete end to end, and whatever is needed, like to complete, let's say ANN, you should know a little bit about gradient descent, or let's say what is derivative, how to find derivative. So all of that I will cover in this course. And it is very transparent. If you want to see the notes also for, let's say ANN, I can show you. Just give me 1 minute. So this will be your ANN notes. And maybe I have, see, this is 2020 I have created. And but again, algorithm is algorithm, right? Overnight, it is not changing. So what I'm saying is I'm using my same note because it is to the point. And so the main thing is it's not my first batch. I'm teaching this for last 8 years. 2016, I started. And I also holds a master's degree where I have gone through all of this topic. In my master's, we used to write 10 pages, 8 pages of algorithms. I had mathematics, I had machine learning as a paper, and I have 10 to 15 research publications. And also all of my past experiences when generative AI was not there, we used to write all of this algorithm from scratch. Now it is like spoon feeding for me, right? I already like did so much hard work to write this algorithm. It's like the web developer. They used to write all the code from scratch, and now they got a tool like Figma. Figma AI is there. Do this, and everything will be done. So it's like that. So what I'm trying to tell you is, see, this is what you will get in this course. Give me 1 minute. I'll just open the door and come. So just to give you some background, right? So this ANN needs derivative knowledge, and that's why before even starting ANN algorithm, this is what I will teach you. What is a derivative, right? Derivative is slope. Slope in linear equation, it is nothing but unit change in x, how it is impacting the y, and all the details. I'm not going detail about the maths, but if you're a little scared looking at this, I will make sure you are understanding everything. And the theories are very in-depth. And this is the note I'm showing in the demo. And I have used the same note for last 8 years, right? And everything is there. And if you are my old batch student, you must have seen I was also taking advanced data science classes where it was only on deep learning. And I have completed like lot of many details I have taught them, but I think this is not needed, all of this. Till here, everything, whatever is there, 10, 20 pages, whatever, this is, the algorithm will end here. See, all of these things we will learn. And till here, right? Remember, till here, everything, whatever is there, I will cover first. And then only we will go to the details, like the implementation. Again, having said that, it's not a theory class, right? Theory is very in-depth, but once you understood the theory, we will go and use TensorFlow and build a project. And once you understand everything written in this note, you understand everything, because see, everything is there. What is backward propagation? What is gradient descent? Feed forward, everything. So why, what is a cost function? How to, like, what is a neural network? What is hidden layers? Everything is very, very detailed. And before even starting, I am just telling you the background of this algorithm. So like this, I will cover all the algorithm. If you want to see CNN, I can also show you the CNN note, right? And it is, see, this is, I think this is the node. These are the code, and this is the data set. Similarly, CNN also, if you want to see, I can show you CNN node, which is the Stanford University, same whatever I have collected, and it is very in depth. This is the CNN node, and all the maths you will understand. So what I'm saying is deep learning is very, very in depth. It's not superficial, not at very high level and then jumping, right? Theory is there, practical is also there. So implementation also will be there. So I think I answered your first question, right? That you asked how
Yeah,
it will be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I kind of looked into your profile before joining the course. I know you have a solid background. You have degree from Triple IT, Goldman Sachs, then GE, then Paytm, then HP currently. So unless you have done your hard work, you can't achieve that success. So I'm pretty much sure that you know this. But the thing was, the problem with me was I used to get lost in topics. Say linear algebra, there is tons of linear algebra. Like you don't know where to end. So that was my situation. I hope this notes will help me. Yes, you answered my first question. The second was on transformers. I've spent quite bunch of hours on understanding transformer architecture. Till now, I just know on a very brief level. So yeah, please on that point, if you could help me.
Transformer is 100, like I will take your feedback after transformer class, but I have spent 4 days continuous to make sure everyone whom I am teaching transformer will understand, right? And I will be taking 5 hours, 2 weekends, just to cover transformer. So there are two difficult logic in transformer. If you understand that, entire architecture will become very easy. So the first one is positional encoding and the second one is attention, right? And I think each topic will take 2.5 hours to explain you. And I don't know whether my transformer, I just write transformer, I just don't use any note. I just draw, write, and then explain, because it is very difficult. If I just pull some diagram and just PPT, it will not work. So you have to do it and then only someone will understand. And it cannot be like whole architecture, you cannot make anyone understand. So step by step, block by block. So I don't know whether that is present or not. Otherwise, I can show you my transformer note also. I think this is just a rough note. But again, it is very in depth. So anything that I cover is in depth. Transformer just like entire architecture, everything, like step by step, what is encoder, what is decoder, what is the difference, in which situation, what kind of model you should use, every step, like what is positional encoding, what is attention, what is multi-headed attention, what is masked self-attention, right? What is the difference between encoder and decoder, what is key value pair, everything, all the maths. Remember this paper, I am just giving you this assurance. Today, this is the transformer paper, right? Attention, all you need. If you just
Yeah,
look at this,
yeah. Argziv from attention is all you need.
and you try to read this paper. This is a challenge to everyone. 20% you will understand, 80%. Even I was not able to understand reading this paper, because see, papers are like people write because they have limitations. They cannot explain like unlimited. There is a word bound. So, I mean, it's right, very great paper, but you need a lot of things behind the scene to understand. So this is the architecture of transformer, right? Basically. And trust me, after taking my transformer class, every single block will be very clear. You will understand what is this, what is this, what is happening, how it is moving forward, what is this, what is coming to the next layer, and all of the, what is feed forward, what is add, normal, normalization. Every single word of this you will be very clear. And this entire paper I will take you through, not this paper way. I will like do it step by step. So we will start from last, like from the like bottom, from input. And in fact, before that also, I'll give you the background, like NLP first we will understand. So that tokenization, word embedding, all of this concept will be very, very familiar to you. And then only we will go and learn. So transformer also is very, very in-depth. So all the three algorithms that you will learn is very, very in-depth, right? And you can see this is my current batch. If you just look at the transformer, I think this is the video. It's very transparent, right? There is nothing to hide here. And you can see how I have taught transformer. This is almost 2 hours, you can see. See, every single line of code I will be explaining. And not only this, the complete positional encoding. See, this is the paper. Attention, all you need. And it's very interesting and you will definitely understand. And this is just 2 hours. Another 2 hours is again there. So this is just, you can see part 1. And then again, there is another part 2. So there are 2 parts of transformer. Just to explain this diagram, it will take 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours, right? So it is very in-depth. So don't worry about transformer. That is my headache to make you understand. And ask me any number of questions wherever you are stuck. Any single component if you could not understand, right?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for this detailed explanation. I mean, I'm looking forward for to understand this transformer paper completely. But other than that, I literally bug you everything on mathematics, on NLP, deep learning, CNN. How does this work, and what's the math behind it? How are you applying this? I'll start bugging you in your lectures. So
Sure,
yeah,
no problem. It's a
thank you.
complete interactive class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Those were my 2 questions, and thank you for the explanation. You were completely transparent, and you have shown that you have spent these many hours on understanding this. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
No problem. See, I believe without knowing this foundation, if you're directly jumping into Gen AI, you will blame me later because you cannot crack interviews, right? Because I know the pattern in industry and you know the job market, it is very brutal. So if you just directly jump in, does not matter what is your background. You are a software engineer or you're a data scientist. If you are applying for generative AI, you need to understand generative AI stands here. Right? If I just show you where exactly generative AI stands. So here it's a small bubble. So you have to cover so many things before you come here, right? If you are thinking only knowing generative AI, you can crack data science or data analytics or AI roles, it is a myth. You cannot. So you should have a background. First, you should know what is at least machine learning and then deep learning and then Gen AI. But mostly 80% of the time for Gen AI, very strongly they will ask you deep learning and Gen AI. Why? Gen AI is a part of deep learning. Deep learning is not whole Gen AI, but it has so many other things in it. Gen AI is a part of deep learning. The main objective of Gen AI is these algorithms, I can tell you. So these are some algorithms. On the basis of that, where is it? There are some 10, let's say, autoencoders. So these are the generative AI models. So we are mostly focusing on transformer because 80%, 90% of the LLMs or language models are based on transformer architecture. But generative AI has other models also, like we have variational autoencoders, generative adversarial networks. I taught generative adversarial networks in my very first generative AI class, maybe 1 year back. If you want, I can share the recordings of that, but I stopped because in real time, hardly we are using GAN networks. Mostly useful for generating synthetic data, fake videos, memes you have seen, deepfake videos. Those are mostly GAN networks. And there is a new paper, research paper, which says the recent stable diffusion model is outperforming GAN network or GAN models. So hence, I think there are little usage in real time. So we are skipping it. But otherwise, if you just want to know, like RNN, variational autoencoder and GAN networks are also a part of. So including all of these 3-4 algorithms, the whole thing is called Gen AI. These are the algorithms which are doing magic, right? You're just looking at the front end, but back end is all of this algorithm. Out of this, if you know transformer, 90% of models are transformer based, right? So that's why, and this is just a part of a small like Gen AI, deep learning. Deep learning is a part of machine learning. Machine learning is a part of AI. AI has lot many things, like for example, linear programming, linear, like it is pure maths. One of the student was just sharing, I just want to share with you. Let's see. So this is the syllabus. If you want to learn, just give me 1 minute. I'll show. Is it? Yeah. So this is the syllabus. One of my student is doing mathematics, BSc in mathematics, and I was so like happy to see. And if you really want to contribute tomorrow and want to invent any algorithm or want to contribute to ML or deep learning world, you have to know maths. And like these are the maths syllabus people are learning, right? Don't worry, this is not at all required to us. And I think this is not the path we should take. It is all, we are here, we are engineers, we are here to solve problem. And the whole objective is how you are doing, what you are doing does not matter, how fast you can solve problem. And for that, it is not required. We have today 15 lakh freely available models. So it is very, if you can just know which model is good for what kind of task and you can implement it in real time, host it in cloud and build a front end, back end, and then solve a problem, that is more than sufficient. So all the GenAI roles are expecting a person to build things end to end, right? They're not expecting you to understand probability theory, and they may ask you a few questions in the interview, but in real time, we really don't need this much, right? In real time, it is very limited. Again, knowledge is always advantage. So if you know very much detail, you may be hired by like R&D teams where they will be hiring you to create LLM from scratch, right? So 15 lakh models are there means there are some people who are also contributing, right? From scratch they're creating. So those category you will fall under. If you are very strong in building things from scratch, you can contribute. But otherwise, 90% of the people will be using the models. So I think both, like, yeah, anyways, out of topic, but sorry, I just told so much. Yeah. So I think I just want to give you a very high level overview that this generative AI is not the whole AI, right? It's a part of AI. That's the message that I want to tell you. And now I will answer one question, which is very common, even if you are not asking, that is, whatever is your background, can you switch to generative AI? And my answer is yes. Why? Because generative AI is a very new domain. It is just 2-3 years, right? Like 2023, 24, 25. You will not find anyone in the industry who has more than 3 years of experience. All people, the interviewer or anyone who is taking interview also will have hardly 3 years of experience. So the thing is, what I have observed, the pattern, the question pattern is easy as compared to like the Gen AI questions are like to the like straightforward. If you know the concept, you can answer. If you have built 2-3 application, even if your company has not given you opportunity, but you have built it by yourself and deployed it on cloud, definitely you can write some projects and you can explain and get through, because it is not that mature. Many people, like strong leaders, are also not that clear, right? They are learning. It's a like high, not high, but it's everyone is learning phase, right? It's not like that what you can say, like confidence. They are also like you, they're learning, and every week some new models are coming and they're trying to catch up. So I think it is in that phase. So it is very easy for anyone to learn and then write projects and justify in the interviews. The second thing is, let's say in worst case, you are not getting a job in Gen AI and you are sticking to your current domain, whatever you are doing, let's say software engineering or web development or like whatever you are doing currently. Still, this course is going to be very helpful. I'll tell you why. You can do a lot of automation using AI. When I say automation, as a software engineer, most of our work is coding based. And as a DevOps engineer, now you're writing Docker files and a lot of YML files, right? CI/CD pipeline. But once you know AI agents, you can use AI agents as human. So they can run your script. They can like GitHub MCP if you integrate, or a GitHub tool if you use. CI/CD can be like automated. Multiple tasks together you can do. And you will just be there to supervise, right? You are not going to, you will create a system which will run automatically, and you are just there to supervise it. So hours, like weeks times can be reduced to hours. And if you don't want to share the secret to your managers who are not that expert, and I have done it in real time, so that's why I'm saying, if your managers or leadership team is not that expert in AI, You can easily fool them. So you can take 1 week's assignment, you can complete it in 1 day, and rest 4 days you can relax. And that is the truth. You can really do it. And I'm not just like that telling stories. Once you know the capabilities, what AI can do today, your mind will be blown. And every week, new capabilities are getting added. For example, many of you must have used Figma to design. Now, last week, Figma has announced Figma AI. So along with design, you can also now generate code directly from Figma through your design. Next thing is, even if you don't have Figma AI, you are not using your VS Code, you can integrate MCP server Figma. So you tell your LLM to take your design from Figma and replicate or clone exactly same website. It can do it. If you want, I can show you a demo also maybe tomorrow, but it can do exact replica. I was surprised. Exact replica, 90% similar replica within maybe 5-10 minutes. Everything it will write. It will write, it will debug, it will go to internet, it will search the error, it will it will create folders, everything it can do. So what I'm saying is it will make yourself very like you can enhance your own productivity 10x or like multiple times, right? So definitely it is a like you will be more smarter, I can say, and your thinking process will be broadened. You will understand what is happening really in this IT field, at what level this has been already been progressed. So it does not matter whether you are getting a Gen AI role or not, but definitely like using AI, lot of things you can automate. Does not matter if you're coding. If currently you're coding, definitely you can code better. That I can guarantee you. But if you're non-coding like admin or other things, it might not be very helpful. But if you're coding, definitely this course is going to be helpful, right? Okay. So I think we are out of time. Let's connect tomorrow, exactly 9 p.m. The course timing will be 8 to 10:30. Either it can be evening or morning, but I think we will stick to evening time, 8 to 10:30. And the course will start from next weekend. This weekend it's mostly demo. So tomorrow we will connect at 9. And if you have any other question, you can please ask me. I will answer all your questions.
Yeah, Sasmitha, yeah, a quick question before we finish off. You told you'll be providing the machine learning and deep learning recorded sessions, right? So that is included in this course, or we have to
You can
separately buy?
buy from me, but it will be very minimal charge, right? And few things are complementary. For example, entire NLP advanced course that I have taken in 2018-19, when generative AI was not there, web, Selenium, beautiful soup, and then what to vec model, what embedding, many detailed NLP techniques I have covered. So those things are complementary. But ML and deep learning, actually it's a 40-hour course. So I was taking ML Ops batch, and where I can share with you the syllabus also. There are 10 to 12 algorithms. Every algorithm will have one project, and also deployment is there. Like ML flow is there, Docker is there, and how to deploy on Azure and GCP. So those lecture videos are available. But it will be very minimal cost, some 4,000-5,000 something, I think, right? And again, the course syllabus is same because algorithms are not changing overnight. Gen AI course that you are taking today might not be relevant after 4 months or 6 months. But do not panic. As I said, definitely you will get fresh recording, and try to get fresh recording. It is your responsibility. Just ping me. We have, see, this is, I think my screen is shared. So you can see, if I just say this is my generative, so the
No,
all,
Sasmitha, your screen is not shared. I'm sorry.
yeah, so we have, so what I'm saying is we will have a WhatsApp group, and any point of time you need any help, that is complimentary. So whatever course I'm updating, if you are my old batch student, just let me know that you are my old batch student, and I will add you to the recent folder. For example, people who have taken course in last year, let's say January, and this year January, many things has been changed. I was teaching GAN networks, which I'm not teaching. And I have added some more. Agents was not there those time, right? But now agents are there. So they are added to the recent folder. So that's what I'm saying. So you will always get a recent folder access. Just you need to ping me from your side, because we have a lot of students. very difficult to track and add. If you request, you will get it, right? And that is complimentary. So whatever course change I will do, definitely you will get fresh recording. And this
Okay,
course is
Sasmitha, and
it is not
what's the
a
validity for like for how much duration can we get it?
6 months to 1 year you can, and I will request after 6 months better to get the recent folder access, because many things you will see there are changes. So you can, you will get 6-month access, but again, that access is basically can be renewed if you just request, right? I will add you to the recent
Okay.
folder. The main thing is space issue, so I need to delete after 6 months. But yeah, I will update in the WhatsApp group before deletion so that you can share your email IDs and I can.
అంటే పచ్చడి సీసాలు ఉన్నాయి కదా, కొత్తది ఏది ఇంకోటి?
And MLOps is included in the GenAI course, right?
MLOps is not included in the GenAI course. MLOps is a completely different track. So where you will be learning machine learning from scratch. And in that MLOps course, Python is also there. So Python and then NumPy and then Pandas and then linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, K-means clustering, right? And then Docker and then MLflow and then Azure. I think this is what it
Okay.
is, but you have to see what else is there. So these are the algorithms you will learn. So MLOps is completely different. If you want, you can take the recordings, or let me see if I can start a new batch or something, right?
Sasmitha,
Okay.
one more question here. Sohail here. This deep learning. Okay, so we are going into deep on deep learning, or we will just go through some basic topics and then we'll focus mostly on AI.
No, whatever is written, we are covering everything. So in deep learning, whatever topics has been written, everything I just shown like what all
Yes.
topics will be covered. So it is very in-depth. So we are covering all the theories present in that algorithm. Along with that, I will also implement it.
Okay. So when I can expect that Python videos and topics list as so I can just go through at least.
Sure. So I think once your enrollment is done, let me know. I think folder will be created today or tomorrow. Once the folder is
Okay.
created, I will upload all the Python recordings for everyone. That's complimentary. You
Okay.
can go through it.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me see if I can just upload some linear regression basic ML algorithm also in that folder, right? As complimentary. So, but I need to see, like, there are so much topic there. Few topics which are very important in terms of interview. Let me see if I can include that as well, right? Then you no need to go anywhere. Just learn whatever is there in the folder and you are interview ready, right? Okay, so this is all about it. Let's connect tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.